The existence of man has many facets and many dimensions. Mankind needs to understand this. And then, in that process, mankind will come to comprehend how his own creation has become fed up, giving up on the dimension of physicality. How far can we go? How much can we bring this understanding forward? Will allow us to become the man of space. As we said, we will run two parallel systems, physical travel and dimension of the soul of the man, or central energy of the existence of every living thing in the universe. And if we understand this, then we can decide. This part of the journey, I go with the fly machine. And this part of the journey, I go with the energy of the soul of the man. And wait for physicality to arrive. But understand the dimension of the existence. In a way, the soul takes flight of fancy, and the soul of physicality will follow to join it on a given time, place, and position. What happened when a man dies on board of a UFO or any creature and is traveled through the span of universe? Where would this soul find its place and position? And where would the soul find its peace in a way, the position it was destined? Can we extend our lives to the understanding of this position? And can we predetermine where our soul shall go? What shall it do? And how we will expand the knowledge of the others who are around it. Not knowledge by just reading, knowledge by understanding the emotion of the creation. Then it comes, if we can do this, how come we are not aware of our soul, the work of our soul during our daily life? And how can we work to seize elevation that it serves than actually take? Then the answer is simple. Look within emotion. What emotion creates what kind of motion within your physicality? And do you trust what you feel? Do you understand how you feel? And do you understand why you feel? Would you be able to create a condition that you can elevate the strength of the soul of your own or the others? Or clearly you find a new way to communicate between yourself and the others? In the coming time, shorter than you think, I will teach you how to see through the eye of the man, and at the same time understand and see through the eye of the soul, or understanding of interaction of its fields. And then we'll see how you as knowledge seekers will take steps to be there, to understand more, and to be part of your own creation and your own emotion and your own dimension of truth. Everything in the dimension of the soul of the man has no formula. We cannot write, can you teach us, can you give us a system that we can elevate our soul? You have to learn through the dimension of physicality, which you've been taught, how to connect with the soul of physicality, and through interaction with your soul of physicality, make connection with the soul of the man. Jumping from the physicality to the soul, it's more or less not impossible, but not impossibilities. You have to be able to interact directly at a given strength, because don't forget, it's the soul which created the soul of physicality, where the physicality brought in the soul in the womb of the mother. Now we come to understand. We, in a way, have come to the point that we start gradually understanding that building the space system for the man to travel in the dimension of the soul has no calculation and has no method except understanding the process of the elevation of the soul. Think how you, as a man, with all the teachings of past few years, been nourishing your soul from the environment of life. You breathe it, you extend its strength, you swallow it, you extend the same. You think and absorb energies from outside, still create that condition that you can survive. Then it comes the process of what's the reason for life? Why am I here? And how long more is left till my soul finds its home? Then maybe one day we find the answer to the totality of what is on the table. Any questions? If you understood, should come from within the man and not from outside in a verbal direction and dimension of the man. Connecting make you wise, and that wisdom shows the path to the Creator. It's for you to decide how much you understand and understood from separation, filtering and cleaning up every dimension of the creation which is in your pot. How much more man needs to know. How much more man needs to trust himself, and what it will take that you as a creation and a creator know and can provide for a soul of your own. As our friend said, I do not know what to do, but I'm doing something because I'm still breathing. In the process of understanding the creation and the creator, we have to understand, or at least comprehend, what is going on, what is feasibility and what is the possibility. And then don't make assumptions. We have to understand the process of the creation. And in the coming time, systems will be set up for man to learn the process, to go through that training, the way you get trained how to drive, you get trained how to swim. Now, with understanding the process of creation, you learn how to swim in the ocean of the fields of the universe, not as a fish, not as a body, but as an embodiment of the energy of the soul of the man. Then you'll find that you will be going everywhere, but there'll be visual physicality in the dimension of existence where you were just being kicked out as the session is not about to happen, but it actually does. Does the soul of the man, has the soul of the man made the soul of physicality blind for it, not to show in the dimension of physicality to the man the truth about himself? And to what extent we have come to understand the truth about ourselves. the truth about our soul, the truth about dimension of creation of us. Today's teaching is enlightenment in the dimension of the operation of our own soul and nothing else. Would it be from carbon 14 coming into carbon 12? And how much of it will be carbon this and that? The soul does not measure carbon and does not have frequency, and it does not work in what it decides to give. It operates in the dimension of what comes and where it has to go. It's actually a postman, it's a postbox, where whatever the other physicalities have done, in agreement with their souls, my soul agrees for me to be present at given time and place and position. Now we understand how we as a human being have to comply with the totality of the wishes of our soul, and not, as we thought, with the hunger of our physicality. Then, if you understand this, and then if we comprehend the separation between the two, then we will come to be part of the totality of the operation of the soul of our own in the dimension of creation. One day man will understand, and one day man in understanding will come to change his life. We are just in the process to create a dimension that you understand the operation of your soul, and not to be what we call a guide for you to use to move your soul when and where you want. The teaching is for you to understand the power of you, for you to understand the extent of knowledge of you about your own creation, that with it you create a new dimension for life. One day man will become wise, and one day in that wisdom man will see the truth. But till then, we try to drag the man along till he becomes wise to see the wisdom. Maybe today you understood, you have to understand, or you see the possibilities that will become reality with building, developing, changing, and doing everything possible for us to understand the operation of us. What will be interesting in the coming time, how humanity will start learning about his soul first, and then about his physicality. And to what extent he will understand by feeding the soul, he can feed the physicality the way he wants the physicality to move, so the soul of the man and the soul of physicality of man become unisons. But it's vulnerable that both can be involved in the dimension of another position in time and place without their own choice, but through the choice of where they have to be. One day mankind will become wise to this, and one day mankind will become wise to understand the totality of the creation, which he himself is part of.